Josh Stanton is the co-founder of Screw the 9 to 5. Him and his wife Jill's slice of the internet, where they help aspiring course creators and coaches quit their jobs, start online businesses, and get them past the $100,000 a year mark. And he's got a serious love for travel, an unhealthy obsession with pugs, and has been known to indulge in a rugby game binge watching session or two. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad to have you here.
Oh my God, I've got to update that intro with the pugs situation. My wife does that to me. She just does these really embarrassing intros on everything. I have this weird obsession with pugs. No, I don't. So ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Oh my God.
To be fair, I had pugs growing up. So we did have pugs growing up, but I don't have a healthy obsession with pugs, just for the record.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. Well, I'm super excited that you're here. By the way, if you're watching this, I don't know if you've ever seen their videos. They're hilarious, like your ads and just your content. Who's coming up with those videos?
Jill will say she is, but I'm really the one who does. Because she's not here right now. No, we can't do them together. Honestly, I think one of the most difficult things in running a business is having the space. Eventually, when the business grows, having the space and really prioritizing the space so you can have that freedom to have cool ideas, cool creative ideas. And that's really what is going to move the needle eventually in a business. Because it's kind of funny, here's what happens in a lot of businesses that we sort of see, a lot of these startup businesses, is initially they have all the time in the world. So have a really good idea, lots of ideas and all this kind of stuff. Then they get their business going. Now they've got customers to deal with. Now they've got operations. They've got the accounting side of things. Now they end up having no time to be creative. And so the business ends up stagnating. And so as the business owner, you have to keep prioritizing space always. That's super important for me is I have a very slow morning. I didn't start work today until 9:30 because I spent an hour and a half eating and exercising and doing breath work and doing a cold shower and just really having space for myself, because I know that's the most important thing for me and the company.
That's awesome, because I feel just me as an observer of you guys, I admire the fact that you guys, I feel you've aligned your business to give you a life that feels right and that feels good. And because I've seen you've even made shifts in terms of your offerings too. So I'd love to know what was kind of the catalyst for kind of maybe some of the shifts that you've made in your life, and then what you're doing right now in business.
The direction we're kind of moving now, initially when we first started Screw the 9 to 5, it was just a blog. It was a travel blog. So Jill and I, we had this big a network of affiliate sites in niches from skincare to high heels to all these different things. And that's how we were making money. And we were living overseas, living this nomadic kind of lifestyle. And then we started Screw the 9 to 5 as a travel blog. And eventually people kept asking us how are you doing that? How are you making money while you're living in Thailand and Mexico and New Zealand, all these different places? And we just said, okay, well, we're doing it through affiliate marketing. And so we started at that point teaching all different ways of generating income through any kind of online business, right? But only just recently, probably within the last 2 years, have we decided that who we really want to support is we want to support people who can take their own existing knowledge and experience and turn that into, whether it be an online course, a coaching program, one-on-one coaching, anything like that, they can use to then serve other people and then generate income at the same time. So that's what we focus on right now, are basically people looking to turn their knowledge into businesses.
Very cool. And so just, as of lately, you've created the Course Creators Funnel. And so I'd love to know, how did that idea come to fruition? What did you see that was kind of missing, or in your mind, you were seeing something that kind of caused that for you guys to create that?
Oh man, dude, it was right under our nose the whole time. So I'm in Mexico right now. I'm in Playa del Carmen. And so 4 years ago to this day, we were in Playa del Carmen right now.
Wow.
And this was back then, we were trying to get Screw the 9 to 5 going, and we had a membership community. It was a paid monthly membership community, but we couldn't get anyone joining. And it was so frustrating. We were like, what's going on? We're running ads, we're doing everything we're told to do, but people aren't joining this membership. And the reason why, like in hindsight now, we now know why. It's because it's a big commitment for someone to say, I'm going to join a monthly membership community. It's like going to pay every single month, right? Which is a big commitment for people. And so we didn't realize, but we went to a marketing conference called a Traffic and Conversion Summit by Digital Marketer, if you know that one. So we went there, and then we heard about these things called sales funnels. And this is like the end of 2015, right? End of 2015. So this is like new for us. We had no idea what sales funnel was, right? And so we're like, I remember I wrote down like sales funnels, we need to do this. We're sitting down at like a tequila bar down in Fifth Ave here in Playa del Carmen. And we were going through our notes from the conference, and I saw sales funnels. You have to do this. I'm like, okay, let's try a sales funnel. Boom, wow. We set up a sales funnel, and the front end offer was really simple. It was just a mini course, like a $20, it was actually $19 mini course. And it was teaching people how to like get more followers in their Facebook group, how to get like more people joining a free Facebook group. And that's all it was about. So people started joining that because it was only like $19, really low ticket, easy to get people in the door. And then they loved that program. And then they were like, what else do you have? And we're like, we have a membership. They're like, can I join the membership? Yes, you can. And then suddenly we started growing like a lot from there. And just recently we realized that the business really took off when we did that. We only just kind of like realized that. And we got like a ton of growth over the last 4 years. But that was the thing that really set the trajectory to where we are to today. And then we realized maybe this is what we need to be giving people initially. We need to be teaching these course creators how they can set up their own mini course on the front end to start bringing customers in and then upgrading them off the back end. And we just launched this thing a couple of weeks ago, and people are already getting students joining their mini courses. They're upgrading them to coaching. Like, it's just really cool to see. So that's what the whole program is about.
Yeah, that's really awesome because, because on the front facing, it seems like, well, that's the only thing you offer. How much of this do I need to sell to like make profit, And that's what I love about it, because it introduces people to whatever you have on the back end, whether that is more programs or coaching, which is awesome. So for people that are like stuck in their mind about all this, right? Because people have all these thoughts, right? I'm not good enough. Like, I don't know if I can make this work. Am I even capable of even having this? I don't even know where to get started. What message do you have for that person who's just literally just stuck in their mind? It's like the space in between their ears. Like, what message do you have for that person who's just kind of stuck?
You said one thing. So you said like imposter syndrome. Like, people feel like, hey, I'm an imposter. Like, who am I to like, create a course teaching people how to, do whatever it is, right? The thing that we sort of use is we teach our students, we said, try to think of like the 10% edge. Like, if you have a 10% edge on someone else, then you owe it to that person to help them, to teach them that knowledge. Not like you're trying to do it from this selfish standpoint. No. You owe it to them. Like, you know more than they know. So you can help them because you have at least a 10% edge over them. So you owe it to, it's your responsibility to turn that into a course so you can start helping those people. And once we flip it around like that, and it turns, people go from feeling like I'm being selfish and greedy and trying to make money from people to now suddenly, no, it's my responsibility to now get this in the hands of those people. It completely shifts it. And they're like, great, let's move forward. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
I love that little shift because we make a big deal out of so many things, and sometimes we just need to shift kind of the way we see even ourselves, right? Like, hey, like I'm like, I could be just one step ahead of the next person who just needs to be where I'm at right now, just to kind of start or be the catalyst for their business. So that's awesome.
But you can go back a step from there and really and focus more on like identifying what it is that you're going to teach. I think like that's kind of like the key. And that's what we teach that in workshop 1 in Course Creators Funnel, is helping people identify what assets, what knowledge or experience they have, which is actually valuable in the marketplace. Because a lot of people will jump in and they're like, I'm going to teach people how to, how to like sew, and I'm going to make like $10 million a year doing that. I'm like, I don't know if the marketplace is willing to give you that amount of revenue. Possibly if you become like the number one sewing instructor in the world, possibly.
Yeah.
But let's just identify, like, if your goal is to make a lot of money, well, then we need to look and see what assets do you have that could potentially generate a business that could make that amount of money. And if not, maybe it's like, start thinking, well, can I make $100,000 a year, teach people how to sew? Yes, you probably can. So let's move in that direction. So the first step is just identifying like what people's goals are financially, and if they match up with the type of niche that they're looking to get into. Once we know what that is, then we can start moving forward with a potential course.
Awesome. And so I love that that's what you guys do inside Course Creators Funnel. So who specifically is this for, and what kind of results I guess are possible?
Yeah, so it's for anyone who's looking to sell online courses or coaching. So anyone who has a business where they're like essentially supporting people through sharing knowledge with other people, okay? In terms of results, we're 2 weeks in right now. And so people are just setting up their funnels like as we speak right now. And it's really cool. People are starting to get their first sales coming in right now. And the best part about it, like the reason why we set it up this way is that the biggest struggle people keep saying to us is like, I don't know how to grow my audience. Like I need to grow my audience. I'm just getting started. I don't have an email list. I don't have a social following, all this kind of stuff, right? And so what this does, the type of funnel you're going to set up when you come into Course Creators Funnel is called an SLO, which stands for self-liquidating offer. And it's called self-liquidating because what you're liquidating is the cost of advertising. And so when people come through, it's like, we're going to set up this sales funnel, and then we can now start running advertising on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. And as we're sending traffic, as we're basically paying Mark Zuckerberg money, he's then sending us traffic. People from Facebook and Instagram are coming through and buying. And for every dollar that you spend, you make that dollar back in revenue, okay? So some people are actually profiting money on the front end right now as we speak, which is crazy because we're just trying to get people to like essentially create a way for them to get traffic for free so they can grow their business very, very quickly and not have to spend the next 3 to 5 years posting daily, 20 times a day on social media, going live like 5 times a day, doing all this stuff. I'm like, no, we could just use the paid advertising available to us to grow our audience very quickly within 12 months or less. And this is what we're really excited about. And we're seeing the results starting to come in right now. And I think the next step is helping them transition into that back-end offer, which is that signature program, because that's where all the profit's going to be in your business.
It's a beautiful thing when you can get a lead and you get paid from that lead too with that low ticket offer, which is amazing.
But Michael, not just a lead, a customer.
Yes,
you know what I mean? It's like people are so focused on like an email list, but like, when was the last time you were paying a bill and you were like, hey, do you take active campaign subscribers? No, we don't. We take actual money, please. Right? So we tell people like, look, who cares about leads? Let's build up a customer base. Like right now, in 2 weeks, we've generated over 1,000 new customers going through this sales funnel. Okay, 1,000 new customers. Not leads, not email subscribers, 1,000 customers going through. Wow. So this is what's possible when you set something up like this, because you just use the power of paid advertising to send you that traffic.
I love this because my audience knows that's how I got started with my low ticket mini offer. And it's just been amazing having that in my business. So if you guys are watching, I would highly suggest and consider you guys starting this way, because it's a great way to just build your business with a customer base. Because whenever you get the name and email that comes into your email subscriber platform, that's a customer. So that's amazing. Okay, cool. Josh, thank you so much for this. I have 3 questions that I want to ask. Okay, it's like rapid fire questions. Number 1, are you currently reading a book, or what is a book that you're obsessed with right now?
Ooh, there's 2 books I've been obsessed with. Can I say 2? The first one is Willpower Doesn't Work by Benjamin Hardy. If you haven't read that book, amazing book. And the second book, I'm just super into Wim Hof method right now. Do you know Wim Hof? Have you heard of Wim Hof? Check out Wim Hof method. It's not a business book. It's actually like a wellness book. So Wim Hof is the man. Check him out. I'm sure many people have heard of him before.
Okay, cool. I gotta check it out. Okay, second question. Is there a quote or a mantra that you kind of just live your life by?
Yeah, there was a quote that's always stuck with me when I was younger. Like I read a lot of like Alexander the Great, and just bear with me here. But the quote goes, it's just been a very good quote because it's just helped me like stay strong to like my morals, to my goals. It's continued me like moving forward in life, right? Versus moving backwards in life. So Alexander the Great was like standing out over his armies. He was like somewhere in India, just traveled like 4,000 miles or something like that, and he was trying to motivate them to continue moving, to continue going on, because they've been traveling for years and years and years. And so the quote goes, he's standing up in front of them and he's trying to get them to like continue going. He's trying to get to the ends of the earth. And he says, "Stand firm, for well you know that hardship and danger is the price of glory, and that sweet is the savor of a life of courage and of deathless renown beyond the grave." And so I've remembered that quote since I was like 17 years old. And like, it just really like hits me deep every single time I say it, because it like, that's life. Is like, you've got to stand firm, especially in business. You've got to stay strong. You've got to keep moving forward. Like, this is what we're here to do. There's no stopping. We're going to continue moving forward until the day we die. And so stand firm and keep moving forward.
Wow, very powerful. I love that. No, that's really good. I mean, it's just because I mean, as an entrepreneur, we're hit every day sometimes with like just problem after problem, or like sometimes a setback, and so yeah, we need to like dig our feet into the ground and just stand firm to that. So that's awesome. Okay, last question. What do you think separates those who have success, what in their in their business or in life, from those who don't, or just sometimes just give up?
Their environment. This is it. So if you look around, like, most people think that, hey, if I just like will myself to success, I could just I'm just a strong-minded, I'm just going to will myself to success. And I'm going to keep the environment that I have. I'm just going to accept like, all these people who I don't actually want to be in my life. They're really negative and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to keep watching the news. I'm not going to work out, and I'm not going to upgrade my living space. I'm not going to do any of that, because that's not important, right? The environment's not important. It's my willpower that's going to make me successful. Wrong. Your environment is everything. Like, we are a part of our environment. We're not separate to it. And so one of the best things that you could do is take a look at your environment around you. What information you're receiving in, who are the people around you? What does your living space look like, right? Those are the three big ones. And if it doesn't match up with the future of where you want to go, then you need to consciously change it. So that means you need to consciously spend less time with the people who don't match your future and spend more time with the people who do. You need to spend less time receiving information that doesn't match your future, and spend more time receiving information like this today. And if necessary, you need to change the environment, like what you see visually on a day-to-day basis, because it's impacting you and you don't even know it. It's impacting you so much and you don't even know it. So for me, it's all about the environment, 100%.
Wow. As you shared, like, I was getting goosebumps everywhere. That's like a mic drop moment. That's like, it is such, I mean, even me being around like others like you too, as well, as like, I've noticed even myself, like, just leveling up, like just me personally. So yes, surrounding yourself, the right environment, the right people who think bigger, who think like just that go in the direction that you want to go, is so beneficial. So thanks for sharing
to the point, I don't even think about willpower. I don't want to use my willpower. Like, I don't know. I'm like, well, how can I consciously just change my environment so I don't need to use any willpower? It's just going to happen for me. Like, we're starting the process of moving down to the Cayman Islands right now. And there's going to be, people who are way more successful than we are. We're talking like billionaires down there. Literally, we're going to be around. And so I'm like, I know that environment, we're going to grow into that environment, because we're not separate to our environment. We're a part of our environment. And so you become the environment that you're in. And so I know everyone can't just like pack up and move to the Caymans, but what can you do right now? What can you do right now? And then start that process.
Wow, that is amazing. Wow. Okay, wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's amazing. Okay, so for everyone that's watching, I highly suggest you get Course Creators Funnel. Just check it out. I'll leave the link in the description as well. How can people find more about you and more goodies from you guys?
Check out our website, screwthe9to5.com. And we have a podcast. We have a weekly podcast. Just look up, if you go to thescrewshow.com, you can subscribe there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I thank you guys for watching.